Salutations to all my utopians global here. Hope you're having a great day. This is one of my, if you in case you're wondering, this is one of my LA tributes. It's called 24/8 Mentality. You can get it on globalutopia.org. And this is another one of our collaborations with Champ Sports. All right, so let's get down to business. I wanted to talk about the Miami Heat right now and Dame Lillard situation. I'm noticing that there's a lot of conversation about, oh my goodness, it's over if Miami gets Dame Lillard. Here's my problem with Miami. It's the same problem I had years ago when I heard the Golden State Warriors announce that they were acquiring DeMarcus Boogie Cousins. What's made Golden State so impossible to defend, obviously not just because you got to guard Steph Curry the minute he enters the parking lot, and Clay for that matter, but their interchangeability. They have so much versatility in their lineup, starting back with Harrison Barnes as their small forward, right? They had literally Harrison Barnes, who in the Olympics was playing the 4. So if you got Harrison Barnes able to play the 2, 3, or the 4 at 6'8", 240, and very agile, very good lateral movement, respectable vertical, then you have Draymond, who can guard 1 through 5. One could make the argument he's a top 3 all-time great defender of any position on the court, all just overall, with the Dennis Rodmans, the Bill Russells. And then, you have Steph, who can play the 1 or the 2. Clay can play the 2 or the 3. It was their interchangeability. And so when they got DeMarcus, after the initial, like, oh my God, they finally got themselves someone at the 5 now who can, establish authority, you begin to realize, though, wait a minute, it actually forces them into playing regular basketball now. And it actually now makes it where there's only one basketball, and it's just not going to be as fluent as it once was. Fast forward, when they had Andre Iguodala and KD. KD is 6'11", 7 feet tall. He's built like a center. He's got the height of a center. But he's quick and nimble, so you can put him at the 5, the 4, the 3, 2, or 1. Draymond goes back to that. And then you have Sean Livingston off the bench, 6'7" point guard, who can play the 1, the 2, or the 3. Andre Iguodala, who him and Corey Maggette, maybe Ron Artest, aka Meta World Peace, were the only players who had that LeBron-type frame before LeBron arrived to the league. And he's another guy strong enough to play the 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's what made them unique. And so certain teams bring certain type of identities, different kind of looks that franchises have difficulty matching up. There's only so many of these versatile guys in the league who you can be like, wow, they can play multiple positions for you and be extremely effective on both ends. Immediately what comes to mind, Jeremy Grant, who was formerly on the Nuggets and then went to the Pistons to get minutes and get paid, and now is, I think, a free agent with Portland, he's going to be very interesting. And I got a list of free agents who I find very intriguing and are very noteworthy and can actually move the needle. Some are going to be starters and cornerstone pieces to the franchise, and then you got some surprise signings. More importantly, you can see the market and where it's at with this new collective bargaining agreement. But any event, back to the versatile players, you got the JaMychal Greens who started to get minutes near the end of the season with the Warriors in the postseason. There's just only a handful of these type of players that exist where you can put them on the court at multiple positions and they're going to make a difference. And that's what made Golden State's claim to fame. That's what made them so unique and such a difficult dynasty to dethrone, which they, took. They had an era of their own that practically made you want to cry mercy, the same way Shaq's era was with the Lakers, where it's just like, when is this going to be done? This is overwhelming to watch. And now, fast forward the needle. Now you're looking at the Miami Heat, and what have they built their identity on? Being grit and grind. They're a physical, nasty team. They get their hands on you, they're going to force the refs to make a decision. 1 through 3, those guys play defense like they do, like players do on the collegiate level. And why you see so many guys who were like, man, I didn't see this coming in college, out of college, and then they get to the pros because the game is more opened up. And you got a bunch of guys who are paid, they're not playing with the same kind of intensity. A lot of those guys in college, they're playing with, I don't know what I'm going to do in life. These guys in the NBA, they're like, I'm set for life. And it shows in the way the defense is being played and how high it is. I'm telling you, mark my words, I think the OKC Thunder are going to be the first team to score 200 points in a game in the next couple years. But with that being said, I'm looking at the Miami Heat. Their whole way of playing is we got the undrafted second round guys who scrap for every single possession, scrap and claw. And when you have a situation here where you're like, oh, let's bring in Dame, it automatically resets the dynamic where now you're just playing my best versus your best. What makes them so unique is the passion, the spirit that they exhibit on every single possession. And a piece of that goes when you bring in a Dame Lillard. Yeah, exponentially overall on paper you look better, but the team spirit and what they're about and what they embody becomes different. To me, what they really need is, if they're going to add a big name and try to play my name, our team's on paper better than yours, you got to go get a Karl Towns. Okay, you need frontline help. But I'll tell you a guy who they can sign right now with the money and everything, who could make a world of difference and solve two problems in one. They should go and try to make a bid for Draymond Green. Draymond Green plays that same brand of basketball. You don't even need an explanation on that. And he's obviously a point forward. When they brought in Kyle Lowry, they were bringing in somebody for stability at the one. With Draymond, to have someone who you could switch off of and say, hey, you manage the ball, you set the picks for us, bring the ball up for us, and anchor the defense. That's everything they need right there. If I'm Golden State, I'm going to dare the Warriors to match me at an unforgivable number. And unforgivable means like, wow, you guys really hate us. Because it's going to happen. Somebody, either it's DiVincenzo, whether it's Clay, somebody's going to make an offer to one of these cornerstone pieces. Yes, I do think DiVincenzo is a cornerstone piece. Not all cornerstone pieces have to be a Hall of Fame or an All-Star or a marquee first or second option on a team. A quality role player trumps a fake superstar every day of the week, 7 days out of the week. Give me a certified role player who I can count on being consistent every day of the week over a guy who's going to give me 30, 40 points in the regular season and then all of a sudden get in the postseason and disappear in crucial games and crucial moments. I always will forget Jeff Van Gundy, former Knicks coach, and now TV analyst. One time people were like, why do you play Kurt Thomas? He's 6'9", you got him at the 5, and he's never going to give you a 20 or 30 piece game. He's like, I know what I'm going to get from Kirk. He's 10-10, but he's going to make the correct defensive rotations. He's going to play the game selflessly, and I know he's going to be ready every day for practice or for the games. And that's all and when I know what I'm going to get as a coach, I know how I got a game plan. And so to me, with respect to the Heat, it's simple. You want to keep that spirit, that edge. The rest of these teams are playing like, oh, we're better than you. Oh, we're more talented than you are, and you guys are playing grit and grind, knuckles to the pavement basketball. Straight up, we'll put our face through the wall. Even though the city and the market they play in is all flash and glamour, they go out there and play gritty like it's 20 below, and they're outside practicing. So I'm not very enthused by this whole news about, when they were talking Bradley Beal or should we go after Damian Lillard, and it doesn't move the needle for me. You either go get a Karl Towns if you want to play the name game, or you go out and get yourself someone who continues the theme of what you've already got existing, and that's Draymond Green. All right, y'all, Global out, all the best, and next video will be about free agency.